Good afternoon, class 7th. Today we'll be dealing with the B section of your chapter, that is separation of components of mixture. Okay, so before we start, we need to understand what actually is mixture. So mixture is a combination of two or more substances where there is no chemical combination or reaction, right? You just mix any two in any proportion and you keep it and they don't react. That forms a mixture of milk and water. Even if they are mixed in any quantity, they do not react with each other, so it is a mixture, right? You have a salt and water mixture, sugar and water mixture. So these are what they are, mixtures. Now solid, liquid and gases can be combined to create a mixture. It can be a solid solid mixture, it can be a liquid liquid mixture, gas gas mixture, solid liquid mixture, liquid solid mixture, and so on. It can be in various combination. Okay, mixtures can be categorized under two categories. They can be either heterogeneous or homogeneous. The word homo means similar, okay, and hetero can be termed as different. Homo means same, right, and hetero different. So that means homogeneous mixtures are those mixtures that when you mix them together in any volume, what happens, you cannot see them clearly, that you cannot make them different by your vision. That means a mixture in which the constituents are uniformly distributed throughout, okay, and it cannot be recognized separately. Now example can be your salt solution. When you mix salt and water together, you cannot make out which one is salt and which one is water particles. Same thing goes with milk, honey, ice cream, tea. When you make tea, once the tea leaves have started boiling and they get the color, after that you cannot make out of which particle is of tea leaf and which one is of milk. It gets uniformly mixed. So such type of mixtures are homogeneous mixture. Now opposite of homogeneous goes heterogeneous mixture, where you can see each of the components mixed. Okay, example, you make salads, right? It is a mixture of various things like cucumber, then you have onions, you have tomatoes, but what happens, you can see them clearly, right? You can make out, okay, this is this, and so on. So these type of mixtures are termed as heterogeneous mixture, and in the language of chemistry, heterogeneous mixtures, you can classify them as uh, mixture of water and petrol, oil and water. You can make out, okay, the upper layer, that is slippery and very oily, that's oil, and below is water. Such type of mixtures are heterogeneous mixture. Now when we talk about characteristics of mixture, mixture is an impure substance, definitely. Why? Because it is a combination of two substances. They'll have their own properties, so it will be a impure. They do not have formula. They can be mixed in any ratio, I have already told you. Then constituents, the properties of a mixture are the properties of the constituent, that's clear, and it can be easily separated by physical means that you'll be studying in the later half of the slide. Clear? So these are the characteristics of mixture. Then the question comes, what is the difference between compound and mixture? Okay, on the slide there are various differences given. Okay, like compound is a pure substance. First point is very important. Compound is a pure substance and mixture is an impure form. Okay, compound is always homogeneous. Okay, it can never be heterogeneous, compounds. But when we talk about mixtures, it can be homo and hetero both. Compounds are mixed in a fixed ratio, like H2O, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. They are fixed ratio. But when you mix milk into water, you don't put a fixed ratio into it, right? So mixtures do not have a fixed ratio. Then components of compounds can be separated by chemical process only, but mixtures can be separated by physical methods also. Okay, compounds have a definite set of property, whereas mixtures do not have specific set of property. In your book on page number 36, there is clearly mentioned difference between compound and mixture. learn it thoroughly, and below that is a combination or example of mixtures and their types given. That's also very important. You need to learn them by heart. Okay, now we'll talk about methods of separation. First thing comes, why you need to separate the mixture, right? So sometimes what happens, you need to remove some undesirable, that means you don't desire for anything, you need to remove the harmful substances from it, right? When you make pulses, you cannot carry the stones along with it, right? You need to separate them, so that is undesirable. So such type of things happens, that's why you need to separate something, right? And to get a pure product. So what is separation? The process by which the constituents of a mixture are set apart from one another to get a pure substance is called separation, right? Now, on what factor do you separate the mixtures? Okay, like which type of mixture it is, whether it is solid liquid mixture, solid liquid mixture, liquid mixture, gas liquid mixture, any other mixture, which type of mixture it is, it depends. The method depends upon the type of mixture. Then characteristics property like shape is very big, or size, or state, color, these are the factors on which separation depends. Now, in your book, in your syllabus, we need to study the methods of separation. There are basically 5 methods of separation. We'll take them one by one. Now, first one comes is solid mixture. Second is solid liquid mixture. Third, liquid mixture. Fourth, gas liquid mixture. And fifth is the modern technique. Basically, you'll cover chromatography. That is very important for you. Okay, so we'll take one by one. For solid mixture, both the substances will be solid in nature. So very good example is your hand picking. Now what is hand picking? Whatever you use it at home, you must have seen, right? While separating pulses from stone, rice and dal, separating grass from mint leaves. So what do? You use your hands for picking the things. So such type of separation is known as hand picking, where you require your hands. Second is magnetic separation. Magnetic separation is what? You know very well that iron has a tendency to get attracted towards magnet, right? So whenever you have, suppose you have a mixture of sugar and iron fillings, you put a bar magnet near the solution, near the mixture. What will happen? The iron fillings will get attracted towards the magnet and sugar will be left behind. So like this, by attracting through magnet, you can separate the mixture. Next comes your gravitational method. The method itself signifies gravity. That means heavier will settle at the bottom and lighter will float. So very good example is sawdust, right? Burada. What happens when you mix it with water? The sawdust floats, being lighter in weight, and as a result, sand being heavier settles at the bottom. So gravitational method is there, no? After that, you can pour out the sand in another beaker and sawdust with water will be in another beaker. So this is a method of separating through gravitational way. Next is your sublimation. Very important for you to understand what is sublimation. So sublimation is a process in which the solids get heated. That means solid directly changes into gaseous state. They do not turn into liquid form, right? Now sublimation method is used to separate the substances that have a tendency to sublime. Okay, now a very good example is given in your book on activity 9 is your ammonium chloride and common salt. Okay, you'll take a mixture of common salt and ammonium chloride and you'll put it into the dish. Okay, and you'll put inverted funnel, as you can see in the slide, inverted funnel over it, and you will cover the funnel's end with the cotton plug. Okay, now you'll provide heat from down, and on heating what will happen, this ammonium chloride will change into vapor, and because it will get no space to go out, when once it condenses, it turns back into solid and it gets settled at the walls of the funnel. Okay, and whereas in the dish you'll get the salt back. So this is what? Separation through sublimation. This process is known as sublimation. There are various examples like iodine, salt, ammonia, camphor, naphthalene. These are the sublimating substances. Okay. Then last method of separating a solid-solid mixture is your solvent extraction method. Now you have a mixture of salt and sand. Both are fine and coarse. Now how can you remove the mixture? So what happens when you have a mixture of sand and salt? You can remove it by a method like salt gets dissolved in water, so you'll put water into the mixture and you will stir it. What will happen? Salt will get stirred up, will be mixed up very properly. Then you will put a funnel, and in funnel you will try to pour the solution. Now sand, which is insoluble, will be settled in the funnel, and you'll get the salt solution through filtration in the beaker. So this is how you do a solvent extraction method. Clear? I hope the solid-solid mixture different separation is clear to you. In the next video, we'll be talking about solid liquid mixture and the modern technique. Till then, God bless you all.